Today's patio chat is being brought to you locally by Westridge Furniture in Delphus. See it all at your finer outdoor furniture store.
Welcome back, everyone. Lima attorney Jerry Pitts with us today. We've been talking about this notion, and some people have proposed a plan of, okay, with all these mass shootings, we need to arm the teachers and train them. And you see quite a few legal problems that could arise from that.
It's going to be several, but it's not even a notion anymore. It's a bill that's signed by the governor. And in the bill, he's saying that each individual school district can determine if they want to arm teachers or not. Can you imagine how chaotic that's going to be? But let's just talk about what has happened before in other places. I was reading that it says something about the Associated Press indicated there was 30 incidents of someone coming into schools and a teacher or an officer had their hands on a weapon. And in those 30 incidents, it was found to be improperly discharged or losing control of a weapon.
You mean a teacher
lost control of it?
Didn't do something they were supposed to do, huh?
And even the officer himself, who supposedly has 700 hours of training, also lost a weapon. And they indicated that in those incidents, only 18% of the officers with 700 hours of training actually hit the right target.
Now, the alternative and those in favor of the bill will say that, well, if you've got a school shooter coming in that's randomly and just going classroom to classroom, isn't that the chance you take, though?
No, because what's happening is, number one, normally they don't have the weapon within their immediate control, except maybe the officers. And most of the officers' schools kind of require that they don't even have them initially loaded. So actually, they got to load and go get the gun and do all that.
There's a process to go through.
And then the students, after a while, as curious as they are, they're going to probably figure out where it is.
That's what I wonder, too, and I need to look into this more about what will be the rule if a teacher's allowed to basically pack. Where will the gun be, and to make sure that the students can't get a hold of it.
And what's so strange about it is each school district is going to have to make some of those determinations. So if you're going from one school district to another, you got situations, plus the law indicates how you can transport a gun, even though now we don't have to have a permit, we don't have to have any training, but still transporting that weapon from one place to another, you still have to have certain regulations for that. And people don't know that. They just think, well, I can just carry my gun willy-nilly wherever I want to. You can't do that.
The sheriff's office reminds you of what the rules are there, yeah.
And just thinking, if we have to have a police officer has to have 700 hours to carry a gun in a school or any other facility that doesn't have no weapons allowed, you're going to give a school teacher 24 hours of training. And they have not even been in a stress situation as maybe officers have.
Is there, a lot of people have said, well, if it goes district by district and they're allowed to decide, shouldn't they also, the teachers, be able to decide whether they opt in, which is, I assume, how it's going to be. If you're a teacher, you're not going to be forced to go through training and become a security guard.
Only thing we know, the safest one is Toledo Public Schools. They said, heck no. We ain't taking that chance. But frankly, their superintendent said we having difficulty even teaching them, let alone trying to secure them.
It's a lot for a teacher.
So they've already said, heck no.
Yeah.
But a teacher, you got to understand, you're under contract, and the superintendent determines you coming back and not coming back.
Right.
So you know, even in the school systems, they have their certain degree of politics. So you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you.
You're thinking maybe if you are allowed to opt out of this and training, and you do that, then the superintendent may frown upon that and be like,
I'm not saying that they
would. Been
would.
A team player,
I'm saying not just the superintendent, but you got the school board.
Yeah.
And you got everybody else who's looking at the political sides of this. And frankly, what's puzzling me, school is getting ready to start, and we still don't have a plan in place anywhere.
Nobody really
Only
knows?
one school,
Yeah.
Toledo Public Schools.
Let's take this up next time. There's a lot to talk about. Isn't
It's
there?
a whole lot.
It's a mess. All right. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it.
Thanks for
Double A
having me.
Medical news coming up next on Noon Edition.